Dynamics. We'll be covering Newton's 3 laws of motion, and in addition we'll talk about mass, weight, and the normal force, and then finally the friction force. Newton's first law of motion. Galileo's observations were more fully formed in 1687 by the father of physics, Sir Isaac Newton, who called this observation the first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest remains at rest, and an object in motion remains in motion unless acted upon by an external force. In other words, an object maintains its velocity, both speed and direction, unless acted upon by non-zero net force. Having a zero velocity, that is, being at rest, is not special. It is just one possible velocity, a velocity which is no more special than any other. Newton's first law of motion is often referred to as the law of inertia. The word inertia comes from the Latin word iners, which means idle or lazy, as can be seen by this cat here. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist any change in its motion. Newton's laws are only valid in inertial reference frames. An inertial reference frame is a frame that is not accelerating. The frame has a constant velocity. It is not changing its speed in a linear direction, nor is it rotating. Every body in the frame remains in a state of rest unless acted upon by an external, unbalanced force. When your car accelerates, it is not an inertial reference frame. That is why a drink on the dashboard of a car, or a cup holder down here, which is probably safer, can suddenly seem to accelerate backwards without any force acting on it, or forwards if you hit the brakes. The drink is not accelerating, it's standing still. The reference frame, which is the car, is accelerating underneath it. Here's a famous video about frames of reference that looks like it was made in the 1950s. Watch the first 2.5 minutes of the video.